The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to McStabber Studios. I am Mama McStabber, the mistress of the house this evening for our one-shot of Bedlam Hall, the terrible tale of a dreadful birthday party. And tonight I have as my cast of household staff.
I am House. I'm playing the butler, Bustwick St. Bologna. As the head of service of the staff, I'm charged with making sure the family is being maintained with decorum. They're proper at all times, especially when things go to hell.
As they often do.
I am, of course, Shanky McStabber, and I'm playing Buck Masterson. I'm the hard-nosed, take-no-shit from anybody housekeeper. My job is to make sure the downstairs of the house is taken care of and is all properly in line, especially the staff. Can't trust these staff members, they're all up to something.
Hello, my name is Tavarish, and I'm playing the ballet, Marty. As the ballet itself, I enjoy direct communication with the lord of the house, Mr. Blackwood, and I make sure that his accommodations are in order all the time.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing the maid, Vivian Margrave. My job is to make sure the upstairs bedrooms are all taken care of, and everyone is kept in order and clean and quiet and perfect. And if they're not, things could get a little bit dicey.
My name is Zeddy. I play Yonesh the cook. I'm in charge of keeping the kitchen going and everyone fed. Very important, very important.
And my name is Moira. I am playing the chauffeur, Victoria Dunlop. And unlike the rest of the staff, I don't care too much for what happens in the house. I just know I need to take people to and from and occasionally carry things. But for the most part, I'm just looking the other way.
At least you try to. Our terrible tale begins this evening with the staff having been informed by the lady of the house that today is her darling daughter Matilda's 8th birthday. And we must simply have a birthday celebration at Matilda's request in the gazebo. So, Yanesh, what special birthday confectionery is being served for her special day?
She's going to be getting a special punch bowl cake that I've put together for her.
Excellent. You have all the ingredients you need on hand?
I do, but I could use some more of these grapes. The last batch seemed to have gone up missing.
Excellent. We will address that concern in just a moment.
Thank you.
Now, Matilda has been locked in the attic for the past year because she attacked someone at her last birthday. Before this past year, who among you staff members have been feeding her?
I've been getting the various treats and food from Yanesh and bringing it to her, as always. It is my duty since she is, of course, locked in the attic.
Very well. And tell me, staff, who did she attack last year that caused her household incarceration?
Well, that would be me. She tried to throw me out the window because that ribbon on her damn present wasn't the right sheet overhead.
Okay. And who did she attack before that?
That will be me. You think that she didn't kind was fondly that I was so close to his father.
Mm. And who did she attack before that?
I'm afraid to say that she actually did attack me once. Something about her, she didn't like how her food was cooked that day.
Okay. Seems like a very temperamental child. She is strange. Has she ever broken loose from the attic?
Unfortunately, yes, there was one particular incident. She quite cleverly lured me up, said she felt ill, and then when I went to treat her, she got underneath my legs and tripped me and then ran out. And unfortunately, she started destroying everything she could in the hallway and then making her way down the stairs as fast as she could.
If you would have come to me, though, we would not have had this issue.
Yes, well, I assumed that the restraints would be able to hold her. Somebody must have unlocked them or kept them from being as useful as they are supposed to be.
Who assisted you in making sure she returned to the attic?
I would have done so.
I as well. She ended up in the car.
Okay.
She tried to drive away, so I got her out of the garage and I didn't want to touch. I've thankfully been lucky enough to not be scathed by her or bit by her or punched by her or pulled hair by her, so I got her out of the car and then passed her to the butler quickly and moved away.
As her mother, Lady Blackwood, often says, she is quite precocious.
Yes, precocious. That's a word for it.
Precocious enough to drive at 7,
Okay.
sure.
Now, who on the staff does Matilda hate the most?
She seems to not like Buck Masterson that much. She did try and murder him.
She doesn't really seem to appreciate my legs. I mean, that is why I'm in this
It's not alone.
outfit. I think the quote was, "Your legs are too hairy to be the housekeeper."
Is that truly what her issue is, or is there some bigger issue at hand?
Did she say something about the tiara at one point as well?
You'll notice that I don't wear it. That's for a very particular reason. She certainly seems to hate any kind of headwear.
This is part of the uniform.
All right. So what all has happened, Housekeeper Masterson, between you and Matilda?
We've been in a number of arguments about, well, the outfit I'm wearing, the housekeeper's hairpiece, and of course, she doesn't seem to think my long hair is appropriate as the housekeeper. She says it should be pulled back in a nice tidy bun. I've tried to explain I'm not the school marm. I'm not doing that.
Don't forget the lavender perfume.
That is not the perfume. That is the soap I'm using. My
6 of
perfume
1.
is actually lilacs. Thank you.
Was a good choice.
Excellent. So with these questions answered, we have a better picture of who our birthday girl is. A precocious now 8-year-old. And you all know, as household staff who have been here for some time, some of you more recently joined the staff than others, that typically birthday celebrations are held in the drawing room. But Matilda was adamant that it was held in the gazebo, even though today the weather is quite dreadful. Dreadful. It's not the typical Tuesday rain. It is usually on Tuesdays when it rains here. There's a slight mist over the grounds and it's a little bit of a drizzle. It's annoying, but still able to do what you need to do outside of the home when you need to leave it. However, today it is pouring. Only I'm not going to say it is a downpour. It is more of an uppour. It is rain that seems to actually go up and hit your face.
Couldn't have chosen a better location or day.
Yes, so the gazebo is out in the gardens.
We will
Hey,
accommodate the little lady per her and her parents' wishes.
the gazebo's not the
Make it
problem.
work.
It's those horrible statues that are in the backyard that really make the yard untenable.
It isn't
I-
proper to criticize the statues of now past family members.
It is proper to criticize a statue of a naked man that appears to be urinating on himself.
It is not our job to judge. It is our job to serve.
That is true.
Yes.
But if we can't express our feelings amongst each other, we will quickly go mad and it'll be us locked in the attic.
I'm
I'm sure you-
rather partial to the one with the cherubs devouring what appears to be a young man. So I'm sure that the statues will be just fine, Mr. Masterson.
That was Lord Blackwood Sr.'s little dandy, I believe.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me.
I'm sure you've seen worse than a man urinating on himself, Buck.
I'm curious what you mean by that, Mr. Bologna.
For me, the statues are not gonna be the problem for their birthday party. But have you seen the garden? The gardener hasn't been very tidy around those parts. So
Well, you do know that Stuart is the gardener, and he's been a bit off lately. I mean, he was never the swiftest, but he sure did enjoy working in the dirt. But for the past month or so, he seemed really off. But I will say that Stuart, knowing that today was the little lady's birthday, did gather her favorite flowers and put them on the butcher block in the kitchen for the housekeeper to make arrangements for the
Oh.
party.
Is that what they were for?
Yes.
Oh.
You know, it's funny you mentioned
Oh,
that because I
right.
did go to check on them and they were no longer there. And I was curious where they ended up. I'm going to
Anyway.
have to investigate to find out where they went.
Go for it. All right, so breakfast has been served and you have your task of duties. So there needs to be grapes gotten for the cook. That will require a trip into town to the grocer. There is decorations that need to be made. You know that Matilda has a favorite shade of red that she enjoys her ribbons. And you know these ribbons can be found in the drawing room where most birthdays are held. They are in a cabinet there. Arrangements have to be set up because the lady of the house has informed you that there will be some guests attending. Her sister and her nephew will be arriving. Also, Victoria, you were sent with a message to one of the local families with an invitation for their son to come to the party. You know little Matilda doesn't have many friends. So the lady demanded someone pose as a friend. That is a decent start. Now there will need to be some cleaning that also goes on to ensure the guest quarters upstairs for the sister and the nephew are settled. And also, the lady has informed you that if Matilda stays on her best behavior today, she will be released from the attic and be able to return to her room. So her room will need a good dusting.
I'll be all over both of those. I'm sure that won't be a waste of my time.
Now, Martin, Ever since Lord Blackwood has returned from his latest safari, you know he goes on them often because he enjoys large game hunting, among other things, in foreign lands. Well, he might have gotten you from one of those foreign lands to work in his house. But he's been distant. You're not even sure if he remembers today is Matilda's birthday. He's been poring over books and documents in the library for weeks, barely taking breaks for food and sleep.
I will see to attend to that.
The cook has a glorious confectionery to prepare today, but of course is waiting on the grapes to complete it. Might be interesting to find out where those grapes went. And the butler has the duty to make sure everybody's doing their job.
Naturally.
So I leave it to you to prioritize your task, staff.
Which room was I told where the flowers are supposed to be?
Stuart did tell you, housekeeper, that he would collect the flowers and leave them in the kitchen.
Okay. Because the first thing I need to go over to the kitchen. Cook, did you see some flowers here?
There was some garnishes and such that I'd over here, so I used those. And it's part of the meal.
Garnishes?
Yes. I was making rose pudding.
Did you notice they weren't roses?
No.
My good man, you used poinsettias to make rose pudding.
Oh, I should start on the replacement dish immediately then.
Now I'm going to have to go and the butler has duties today. Everyone is so busy. I'm going to have to go out into the yard in the rain and gather the flowers.
Oh my.
I'm going to make a note of this, Jonas.
They were on my cutting board. What else would you put on a cutting board?
You have made pudding with poisonous flowers.
They were roses.
Are you wearing your glasses today?
Oh my. Pardon me. I must go find my glasses real quick.
I've made a note of it.
Housekeeper, I would like for you to roll and add your etiquette to it.
Okay. 2 dice plus my etiquette, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this isn't going to go well for me. Well, actually, I have some etiquette. Kind of. Let me scroll up and find where it on the character sheet, because I need to make sure I have it.
It's the top stat.
Yep. I had my window too small. It's okay. Let's see. Ooh, I got an 11.
Nice.
2 dice.
Absolutely, Yanesh. You will go and get your glasses and correct the mistake you have made, because the housekeeper has directed you to do so. Absolutely. And if you do not do so immediately, you will lose a prestige.
I'm already looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm looking, I ask, have you brought out the good Bakelite cookingware? The silverware, the Bakelite form. You know the girl loves that so much. She does appreciate the black.
I will check into it while you find your glasses after I go get the proper flowers.
Understood. So I proceed to go find my glasses where I left them.
Okay.
After 20 or 30 minutes, I find them on the back of my head.
And I'm going outside to look, but I'm going to turn scenes over to other players while I look.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So- The housekeeper has gone out to get the flowers or replace the flowers that got used as rose pudding that's now poison pudding. Go ahead, Victoria.
Yes. While Janesh is looking for his glasses, I would meet him in the hallway, and I assume I would be the one to head into town. So I wanted to check to see if there were any other ingredients that may be needed. I did
Yeah.
perhaps hear a little bit about what happened to the pudding. So, other than flowers, do you perhaps need extra ingredients?
Yes, I need you to pick up, as I said, the grapes for the meal. Also, if you could stop by the butcher, he has a special boar dish that he's prepared for us. Some excellent cuts. I think the master will very much enjoy this. It's a special treat. I think he will like it very much. So please ask him to bring a suitable sized serving of meat, if you could, of this boar.
Of course.
That way we can make some flanks. I think that'll go well with the. It'll pair very well.
Yes. And any other ingredients for the rose pudding?
Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to destroy this particular one. I've been informed that apparently I used poinsettias instead of rose, so I'm not looking to kill the household. So if you could, ask the butcher for some extra blood. I think I'll make some blood pudding instead.
And with your shopping list now in hand, Victoria, you will go out in the grounds to the car to leave and go shopping. I would like for you to roll and add your fortitude.
Great. And typically I roll 2.
Yes, you roll 2. That's the default roll.
Okay. Doesn't look the best. Great. That's a 5.
That is a failure. Because of this rain shooting up from the ground, splashing you in the face, the ground is incredibly slick, and you can barely see. You stumble just as you get to the garage and bang your shoulder into the garage as you fall. You're going to take 1 trauma.
Okie dokes.
And unfortunately, now your uniform is dirty.
Got it. From what I understand, I cannot be seen with a dirty uniform, right?
Exactly.
Great.
But we will presume that you clean yourself up, change, and then you successfully leave because you know where the slick spot was and avoid it.
Yes, perfect. Buck, as they're picking the flowers, sees me leave, go back in, leave again.
As she's leaving, I would say, "Oh, you're going out, correct?"
Oh, yes, I assumed as the primary driver of the vehicle for the household, I would be the one to go into town and grab
yes,
the
sir.
things on the list.
Well, while you're out, we also need you to pick up the young master, the cousin of the little lady. Can you do that as well?
Suppose I could see the route. Yes, can do.
Well, there are not 2 cars, so clearly to save time, it would make sense if you are making 1 trip. Might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone, no?
Yes. No, it does make sense. I just
Good.
Yes.
And Victoria, as you leave, you're grumbling to yourself because you know who the cousin
Most definitely.
of Matilda Blackwood is, as well as his mother, Lady Blackwood's older sister. The older sister is Abstinence Lycurgus. She's been a widow now for about 5 years. And every time she comes to the house, she harasses the hell out of the staff. Not being mean. She tries to seduce them. Because she's obviously very lonely.
Excited to be in a car with her for an extended period of time alone.
The son of hers, Aerobus Lycurgus, is mute. He's 8, almost 9 years old now, slightly older than little Matilda. Completely mute, doesn't speak a word, but that boy is obviously an adrenaline junkie because he does the most dangerous things all the time. He's quite the handful. Good luck.
Yes, well, with the large board dish and the grapes, we may not have room, so you might have to ride in the trunk. We'll see.
All right, so who is next to do a task?
I guess I'll begin my task of cleaning up the various bedrooms, including dusting the lovely Matilda's bedroom, which definitely won't go to waste because I'm sure she'll be on her best behavior.
Excellent, excellent. And as you are cleaning the rooms, you get them straightened. Now, most of the rooms, those maintained by the Lord and Lady, the older Blackwood children that are currently not in residence, and the young Miss Matilda. You get Matilda's room completely clean, and you work your way through the other children's, and then you reach the Blackwood's suite. It truly is a suite. There is a bedchamber and then separate dressing rooms for Lord and Lady Blackwood. As you are cleaning up Lady Blackwood's dressing room, ensuring that things are put away off the vanity, all that, I would like for you to roll 2d6 plus your etiquette.
Beautiful. 2d6 plus my etiquette. And my etiquette is pretty good. That's going to be a 12, 5, and the 2 to etiquette.
All right. You just checked to make sure everything was in its place. You get to ask me 3 questions from that move on your sheet.
It takes place. Is something out of place in this room? That seems unusual.
You notice as you are putting a hairbrush into the center drawer of the vanity, there is something shoved in the back of the drawer.
What could that be, I wonder? I'll, I guess, grab it. Before I
Okay.
ask my 2 other questions.
That will be part of one of your questions, is basically you grabbing it to investigate it.
Alright.
And I will tell you exactly what it is. It is the lady's diary.
Well,
Bless you. All that dusting. Yes.
yes, got into my nose, unfortunately.
Do you read the diary? Or flip through it?
I think I'll scan through it, maybe the last few pages. If it doesn't have a lock on it, of course.
It does not. It is just a simple journal. As you flip through the pages, something catches your eye. It's a entry dated just about the time that housekeeper Masterson was ordered to wear that maid uniform. Written in a fast scrawl, obviously Lady Blackwood's handwriting, but not nearly as eloquent as most of her correspondence is. It says, "I think he knows. Must keep it hidden."
My. What on earth could this be?
When you go to put the diary back where you found it, a photograph slips out from the journal. It is a photograph of Lady Blackwood and housekeeper Masterson that seems to be from about 10 years ago, before Lady Blackwood became Lady Blackwood.
Well, I see somebody's been busy. I will stick that into my undershirt.
You now have a suspicion about both Lady Blackwood and housekeeper Masterson. You can note that on your secrets of others on your character sheet, but note that it is a suspicion, not a secret, because you haven't confirmed the secret yet.
My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And you complete your cleaning. It takes you some time, but generally you do a good job, and the rooms usually need just minor cleanup or dusting.
I love it when a good cleaning is ever so fruitful.
And where do you go from there? Do you go to the drawing room to collect the ribbons for the decorations?
I think that seems very wise.
Okay, as you make your way there, let's go to the valet, Martin. You are Lord Blackwood's personal valet. You take care of his needs, ensure that he always presents the right appearance, help make arrangements for his travel, and ensure that he even knows who might need to be dealt with harshly. You are both his assistant and his spy amongst the staff. Do you go straight to the library where you know you will find Lord Blackwood?
Yes.
Okay. You knock on the door. You hear mumbling in the room, but there's no acknowledgement of the knock on the door.
I knock again.
The second knock, you hear someone grunt. You hear a sigh. And then footsteps walking to the door. Opening the door, you see a tall, stately, middle-aged gentleman with graying temples. It is Lord Blackwood. "Oh, Martin. I'm so glad you're here. Come. And he steps aside, and you can enter
Yes,
the
of
room.
course. I close the door behind me. Well,
Inside the room, you see books strewn about everywhere, various papers, even some very ancient tablets thrown about the room. And in the back, you actually see Stuart, the gardener, with
Sure.
a deathly pallor strewn out across the desk in the room. And there is blood pooling on the floor. Lord Black was like, "I'm trying so hard to get this to work, and it just doesn't work. I need the proper ingredients."
Lord Blackwood, I don't tend to meddle with your business. But I'm actually worried about you, sir. What is exactly happening right now?
He needs to rise. My last safari, I found the most amazing thing. And I can do it. I can do it. I can make him rise. I just need the right ingredients. I need... I guess I'll just have to make do with substitutions.
Rice who, sir?
I couldn't understand his name. Couldn't pronounce it. But he's a demigod.
What kind?
He grabs a piece of paper and hands it to you. I don't know. I think this is in your language.
Is it?
It is. Roll me.
Okay.
Roll me 2d6. And actually, I want you to add your composure to it. We're gonna improv a roll here for this. Because you are digging into this.
Don't worry about my results. 8 in total.
8 in total. Okay. When you read this document that he's handed you, it discusses a demigod of death and destruction. But the name is one you've never heard of. And it outlines what used to be sacrificed in ancient times to this god. And it talks about human sacrifice, and it talks about animal sacrifice, and all of the outlines of foods that were left at an altar, and all of that, the preparation of the people, all of it. However, this thoroughly alarms you. You're going to take one trauma. Now, what are you going to do now that you know what Lord Blackwood is trying to do?
I tell them about what is the god exactly, but I don't mention anything about what is exactly the steps for the ritual.
Well, I know that, but imagine the power of it. If I could command that like I command others, nothing could stop me.
Sir, there is, where did you find this exactly?
Venezuela.
Well, where? In an ancient tomb?
We found some ruins. We were out hunting and we found some ruins. There were skeletons everywhere.
And I imagine that this was kept hidden, right?
Oh yes. The guide that translated the inscription on the wall onto that document there that you're holding, something happened to him.
Do I still have the thing in my hand? I just dropped one.
I need another body.
Sir, one thing at a time. Hey, do you know what day is today?
No, I don't.
Matilda.
What about her?
It's her birthday. Her 8th birthday.
Oh my
You
goodness.
came from the safari before of time, so you can get into his birthday because Lady Black will tell you that they're gonna actually celebrate it. After
Oh my goodness. I completely
that was
forgot.
celebrated, yeah, all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that you forgot. I know that you were busy about all the trip and
I've become so
everything.
obsessed over this. I mean, I still think I need to do it. I like, it's like I hear this voice in my head that's telling me I have to do it.
What does the voice tell you?
That I have to make him rise.
To this, how do you pronounce it? Because this is ancient even for my people. So like,
I don't even know. I'm sure if I get him to rise, he'll tell me.
and why is the garden in here? He never enters this part of the house.
Oh, well, I figured he wouldn't be missed.
Oh my god. I try to like reach a bit closer to the Lord. Just say slowly like, sir, I know that he doesn't do a very good job with the garden, but he's still a human being.
Tell the
You don't
butler to
think
put
that
out a
much.
posting in town that we're looking for a new gardener.
I will talk. I will talk with the butler. Okay.
Oh goodness, I should get cleaned up.
All right. Yes. I will see to prepare your clothes and everything.
Send the maid in to
I'll-
clean this up.
Yeah, I will try to clean the blood first
Okay.
before the maiden comes because that's not gonna have a discussion that one.
Okay,
can you-
so the Lord actually leaves the room.
Sir.
Yes.
Do you have a present for your daughter?
Yes, I brought something
Something from
back. I brought something back.
Is it from an ancient tomb?
No. This one was
Okay,
actually
then-
one I
then-
got at a lady was selling handcrafted toys. It's perfect for it.
Okay. Just to make sure.
Yes.
All
But
right.
I'm going to go get cleaned up now.
All right. I will see to fix this and take care of the gardener, Mr. Stewart. And let's see. Okay.
Mhm.
At the moment he leaves the room, I close the door and I make sure that no one enters. Okay.
Mhm. And then
And I-
you are going to roll. Let me look this up because I'm like, oh my gosh.
And do I
Amazing.
keep I'm keeping his secret or?
You will, but that's your pointless move is going to apply if you succeed at this because you really have to clean this up. So looking at it, you're going to roll. Yeah, you're going to roll for serve the house. In this case, you are serving the house and keeping his secret because you are cleaning this up. You are removing evidence. You are going to make sure that this is swept right under a rug to protect the reputation of the Blackwood family.
Okay. Why do I?
You are going to roll 2d6 and add your fortitude. And if it's negative, you're going to subtract it.
Eight.
8?
We get subtracted.
Okay. Is that 8 on your dice or 8 with it subtracted?
No. 9 on the dice.
Okay, so 8 subtracted. Perfect. Okay, so with this, you can roll with something extra, which means, in this case, for the rest of the scene, whenever you have to roll, you would roll 3 dice and remove the lowest to calculate, or you gain 1 prestige. Because this is
I'll
far and
gain the-
above your normal duties here.
Yeah. I will keep the prestige. They don't pay me
The
enough.
prestige? Okay, so go ahead and mark a prestige on your character sheet. And it's going to take you some
Prestige.
time to get this cleaned up. Probably
Yeah.
about as long as it's going to take Lord Blackwood to clean up and get redressed.
Yes.
Okay? We'll come back to you as you are finishing up, because I'm going to have you roll again to see if you are able to get the body out without getting noticed. Okay? All right.
Oh,
Okay,
my
now, Butler,
Yes.
what all have you been busy with?
I've been going around to the other staff members, maybe the not as prominent ones, making sure things are in order. The ones are being sent to get the decorations put together. Maybe check out the cook to make sure things are going on track with that, just making sure things are staying on time. And if so, then I would want to tend to Lady Daffodil to see if she has any needs, since the other staff members have duties outside of tending to her.
Thank you, Bostwick. Truly.
Milady,
I don't know what we would do without you. Do you know much about the former Lady Blackwood?
I only know what I've been told, ma'am,
Hmm,
which is not much, to be honest.
okay.
It is not my job to ask, it is my job to serve.
And you do so well, truly. I believe if everything is under control, we are fine. I'm going to probably do some needlepoint in the drawing room, waiting on the guests to arrive. Can you check it and make sure that things haven't moved again? Because they tend to move, I've noticed. Like on their own.
I will certainly check, and if they have, I will talk to the maid and make sure there are no issues going forward.
Excellent. And then do stop in on little Matilda, check on her, make sure she's okay and ready for her big party today.
Of course, ma'am.
Thank you, Bostwick.
My pleasure.
All right. So you leave Lady Blackwood as she's gathering her needlepoint and head
And I will head to the
drawing room. Okay. So as you approach the drawing room, you know, as I said earlier, that usually birthday parties would be held here. But Matilda is precocious, likes to do things her own way. The furniture is all in the right place, but you notice that there is a large piece of wood over one of the large front windows of the room, where the glass had shattered. Of course, you know that the workmen are expected to come and fix it, but you can't shake a suspicion that it might have actually been the tree hitting it during the last storm. Or possibly something got into the house through that window. But as of right now, the room seems in order. Would you like to roll to make sure everything is in its place?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
That was specifically asked of me.
Okay,
And
so you...
bec-
I'm sorry, what was that?
I would say, and when I roll for checking if everything is in its place, I have an ability that allows me to always roll with something extra.
Excellent. So you will roll 3d6 and remove your lowest result.
Am I adding anything or subtracting anything to this?
You are going to add your etiquette.
Etiquette. That is 12.
Okay, you will ask me 3 questions from that list.
Does anything look... sorry. Has anything been added or removed to this room?
You look around and you see that everything looks in place. The artwork on the walls is still there. The knickknacks and small antique pieces that are within the cabinets are there. You actually reach down to the cabinet that you know holds the ribbons and check to see if the ribbons have been gathered. The ribbons that are red, Matilda's favorite color, have been removed from this room. As you walk around the room and notice anything else potentially removed, you walk near the front windows. There are 3 of them. One boarded up, the other 2 still intact. The one that is boarded up, some of the fabric at the bottom of the curtain has been shredded. On one side. So some of the fabric has been removed from that curtain. Next question.
Based off of that, has there been a trouble in this room?
Yes. But it is no longer in this room. As you think on that for a moment, you realize that this window breaking happened right about the time that the Lord returned from his safari. Next question.
Who has been in here last?
Last was Vivienne Margrave, the maid. She is the one that collected the ribbons.
All right.
And now you're going to make your way up to the attic?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Very good. So, in this time, everyone has gone about their duties. Victoria, you were able to get your grocery list completed. You have the meat from the butcher and the blood. You have the grapes from the grocer. And you picked up a few extra things that you know the family likes.
Yes.
You have swung by and picked up the lady's sister and nephew. Actually, as you're pulling up to their house, young Erebus runs out in front of your car. What do you do?
Ah. I will honk
Will
and
you-
stop.
And stop? Okay. I want you to roll me 2d6 plus composure.
Oh. Well, another bad roll from Victoria Dunlop. That will be, please. That's a 3. I hit the child.
Dunlop actually seems to fit for your last name.
Actually,
tread on
no.
it.
Oh my God.
I am going to say that you actually get spooked by this child running right in front of your car and swerve to miss him as you're laying on the horn to honk. And you run right into the fence of the house.
Yes. Sure. Dent in the fence, dent in the car. That's what I need.
But the car is still operational. So now the lady is standing there with a look of shock on her face. And the little boy is just laughing at you. But he's mute, so there's no sound, but you can tell he's laughing.
Oh, yes. Great. I will exit the car, brush myself off, and assess the damage to the vehicle before inviting both Erebus and Abstinence into the vehicle. Is
All
it
right.
drivable? Is it fine?
Go ahead and just roll me 2d6 on that. And then you're going to also add your composure. Let's hope this time is better. This is ignore the strange.
That's a 5.
Honey, you're going to have to put those dice in timeout and get other ones.
Most likely.
All right. So, you actually are able to check the car, make sure, yes, you can back it up, but the fence is going to need significant repairs. And Lady Abstinence is not looking happy. She is very upset.
Understandable.
You are actually, for that failure, you are going to lose a prestige.
Right. Great.
Mm-hmm.
I have lost my prestige. I will look to Lady Abstinence and sorry, it's a rather rainy day. You know how the roads are. Shall we continue? And I will call in a favor for these fences.
They better get fixed. Quickly.
Yes. Yes. I have a few friends around town. I'm sure one of them is handy with this sort of thing. I can check with the neighbors.
Why don't you go ahead and do that? I'm going to take my son. We're going to go grab our bags, and then we'll be ready to leave.
Great.
and you go and actually go to some of your friends that you've made in town.
Perfect.
Let's say it's Bobby. You know he's handy. He's actually come to the house quite often to do some handiwork. And you are going to roll your pointless move of friends with the locals.
Yay. I'm going to roll different dice.
And you're telling him about this situation, about this kid running out in front of the car, and you didn't even have time to stop, and you swerved and hit Lady Abstinence's fence, and it needs repairs. And he is like, Vicky, you know, I don't know why you work for those people, but you're going to roll, and then you're going to add your etiquette.
Perfect. Here's hoping. We're using digital dice this time. Okay. All right. Plus my etiquette, that is a 13.
Excellent. So you get to ask me 3 questions under that pointless move.
Yes. Let's see. What suspicion have the locals been forming about the house lately?
Oh, that the house and the family itself is completely cursed.
Okay.
That's the rumors going around town.
All right. Okay. And then I shall also ask how has a member of the staff been acting suspiciously lately?
Yanesh has been asking for a lot of deliveries from the butcher shop lately. More than normal.
Yes, well, he did direct me to go to the butcher when I didn't intend to, so I suppose that is rather interesting. And let's see. Who has recently resolved a secret? Is that something that's applicable yet?
That's not applicable yet because no
Yeah.
one has resolved a secret yet. There's suspicions, but no secret resolved yet.
What members of the staff are experiencing the most trauma?
That would be you, Victoria Dunlop,
Right.
and Martin.
Martin. Interesting.
You are both not having the best of days.
Not really.
Okay, so
Fine.
that is your 3 questions. And
Perfect.
Bobby agrees. He'll get his brother. They'll go fix up that fence before, Abstinence and Erebus return home. They've got some spare wood in the back. They can get it cut down and make sure that fence is repaired and painted, ready to go.
That would be great.
No problem, Vicky, but get your ass out of that house. There's got to be a job for you somewhere.
Yes, well, after the day I'm having, we will very well see. I don't have money to offer you at the moment, but I do
It's all
have
right.
some spare grapes, and I will offer some of the grapes.
Oh, he actually pops them in his mouth and starts chewing. Thanks, Vicky.
No problem. And I will scurry my way back to the house
And just
dust
as you-
myself off again.
Yep.
I'm almost just with the day I've had and the dirtiness that I've dealt with, I'm just consistently dusting myself off, paranoid.
And your passengers have just stepped out with an overnight bag.
Oh, staying the night.
Why, of course.
Yes, I should have assumed. Great.
And she hands you the bag.
I take it. I will
And she
go
has
put everything in the
has
truck.
one hand on it holding her son's hand so he doesn't go run off again.
That would be great. Awesome. I
And they
will
get
put
in the
them in the
car.
trunk.
Yep.
Oh, I will open the door for them first. and then
Yes,
put the
they will get
bags.
in the car and you put the bags in the trunk and then you drive back without further incident. The
Excellent.
child is mute and the lady's sister isn't going to have chit-chat with the servant that just
Sure.
rammed her fence.
Sure. I do assure her. I do have the one of my better known for handiness friends working on it, and he assured me that he would have it done before you arrive home. Very sorry,
Good.
but it is taken care of.
Make me happy and we might be able to have some fun. And she gives you a wink.
Victoria kind of looks away and shudders a little bit and just keeps driving.
Now, Housekeeper Masterson,
Why, yes.
you went out into the garden.
Yes, I did.
Couldn't find Stuart anywhere.
It's not the mission I was on. I'm looking for the flowers.
Okay. You spend some time in the dreadful, dreary rain. And you find on the edge of the property the nearly violet bluebells that Matilda loves.
While I'm out there, I also want to get a bit of mud and put it in my little purse that I have with me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want a little mud in the purse for later.
Excellent. You are able to dig some up.
It's rainy. It shouldn't be hard to have a little bit of mud
Mm-hmm.
for later.
Yep. That's perfectly fine. So, you gather these flowers. Would you like to possibly look for Stuart while you're out here?
Sure. I mean, I got the flowers. I might as well. Just a cursory look.
Okay, well, you know that he should be, if he's not out on the grounds, he should be in the greenhouse. So you go there and check and don't see him. But you could look a little deeper to see if maybe he's fallen or something like that, or maybe he's sleeping on the job.
I'm going to scan the room. I think I got to make sure everything's in its place.
Yep, so go ahead and roll your 2d6 and add your etiquette.
Okay, one die hit the floor, so it's in timeout. 9.
Okay, so with a 9, you get to ask me one question.
Has there been a trouble in this room?
Yes.
Damn kid's always up to no good. Oh, well, I haven't found him. I've got to get these flowers back in the house because I haven't checked to make sure the house is clean. I've got to double check this stuff.
And you need to clean your hands after digging up the mud.
Oh, since I'm in the greenhouse, I'm going to wipe them on the various plants in the greenhouse.
Okay. You do such. You do such.
I'm not responsible for the outside of the place. I'm only responsible for keeping the inside clean.
And you go back in with the flowers. Where do you take them to do the arrangements?
No, since we're not using the drawing room, I guess I'm going to have to take them to the drawing room because I can't put them in the kitchen. There'll be garnish again in a murder pudding.
Excellent. So you take a couple vases, put them on a tray, lay the bluebells on the tray. And you know that there are ribbons in the drawing room that you might be able to use. Actually, you know what? You can check for the ribbons.
Do I see the maid as I'm heading to the drawing room?
You know what? The maid is heading her way up the stair, getting ready to go upstairs to the attic at the time you come upstairs.
Vivian, be a dear and head down to that creepy-ass basement to get the black cookware and serving platters that Miss Matilda seems to like so much, please.
Oh, of
And that's
course,
direct the
Mr.
staff.
Masterson.
And I have something extra for direct the staff,
Yes, you do.
which is still not very good. Shit. Even with something extra, I only got a 9.
Okay, so Vivienne, you do follow the directive, but you get to select if you will automatically succeed at your next attempt. Oh, hang on. Sorry, that's not for you, Vivienne. That is actually for, my bad, excuse me. So you do follow the directive. Now, you don't have to do so immediately, but you do follow the directive. It's up to you how quickly you prioritize this, because you're still on your cleaning duties. Yes, you grabbed the ribbons while you were checking on this clean state of the drawing room, but you now were headed upstairs to clean the attic and check on little Matilda.
Yes, of course.
So it's up to you to prioritize where you go from there. But Mr. Masterson, you get to decide if you will automatically succeed in your next attempt to direct the staff.
No, they will automatically succeed.
Oh, to you.
Yeah, whether she gets
I'm
to automatically
misreading it.
succeed.
Forgive me. Yeah, so you may be able to do that, Vivienne. I apologize for confusing folks. You, Mr. Masterson, lose 1 prestige. You, Vivienne, gain 1 prestige. Or you gain a suspicion about one of Mr. Masterson's secrets.
What does she want to choose?
Oh, well, I've already got a suspicion. So I think I will choose to automatically succeed in my attempt to direct the staff to him.
Okay, excellent.
Mr. Masterson, after I've gathered that particular kitchenware and checked on little Matilda, would you mind meeting me in the changing room? I do have something I wish to speak to you about quite urgently.
Well, I guess I have no choice in that one.
Nope, she automatically succeeds. You actually feel a sense of authority coming out of Vivienne. She's not usually like that.
Well, yes, dear, I will. Let me go and put my flowers in the drawing room, and I will meet you.
That
as soon as
sounds
I'm done.
lovely. Fantastic. All right.
Okay, so Vivienne, we'll come back to you, Mr. Masterson, as you are going into the drawing room. Vivienne, where do you go first, the attic or the basement to get the cookware? Because you know Yanesh needs the cookware.
I suppose I will head to the basement first in order to retrieve the cookware.
Okay. So you do such. Now, Mr. Masterson, when you walk into the drawing room, you see Lady Blackwood doing needlepoint by one of the non-broken windows.
I'm a professional now.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to nod my head. Ma'am, I have the flowers that were requested.
Excellent. Excellent. And she looks back down. She barely even makes eye contact with you.
And I will place them on the table. I will be back to finish this, ma'am. I have something I have to do first, of course.
Of course.
And I will head out to go to the changing room.
Okay. So, Vivienne, you do get the cookware that was requested, and you take it into the kitchen where Yanesh is. Yanesh, tell Vivienne what she sees you doing while you're in there.
I'm sitting there mixing up this strange concoction of blue and red food color to come up with the suitable lavender shade to affix to the plates on top of it to get a nice artistic pattern on the plates for the plating of the food. One must consider the preparation, of course.
Yanesh, it looks like you're doing a wonderful job. Really. Here's the cookware you needed.
Oh, thank you. That will accent wonderfully. I do have to consider, though, this bakelite is such a... it doesn't handle heat well, so we're going to have to line it, I think. But that's my problem. I'll deal with that.
Of course, of course. And between you and me, keep an eye out for Mr. Masterson. Apparently, he seems like he's getting quite handsy with a few folk around here.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, well, you know I always come to you, Yanesh.
That you do, dear. That you do.
Now I'll take my leave and go check on the brat, the child.
Excellent.
Yes, she is a handful.
Several.
All right. So, Yanesh, you have your cookware. You are prepping, waiting for Miss Dunlop to bring you your supplies that you needed to complete these dishes. Mr. Martin, you have been cleaning this room.
Yes.
You actually lit a fireplace in the library and started possibly burning some of the documents to stop Mr. Blackwood from what he's doing. Have you done this, or are you leaving them? Are you just organizing?
Hidden them.
You've
Not boarding them, but I'm hidden them as best as I
You're
humanly
hiding
can.
them. Okay, excellent. Now, in order to clean the blood, you're going to have to dispose of the body.
Yes.
Where are you going to take this body?
Is there a window? And where does the window take?
There is a window. The library is on the main floor of the house. The servants' areas is actually beneath the main floor of the house. There is a window, and outside the window is the backgrounds, immaculately landscaped.
How far is the greenhouse from there?
You actually can see the greenhouse very nearby.
How dark is it, and is it possible to go?
It is it's a very dreary, dark day because it's complete cloud cover. The rain is literally shooting up, seems like, from the ground. It is just dreary.
All right, I will try to do that. Take the body to the greenhouse.
Out the window?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to roll 2d6 and add, or in your case, deduct, your fortitude. Because you are going out on the grounds.
Oh, good. Four. We did it up. 4.
Okay, so 4. That is a failure. You need at least a 7. We're going to say that you were able to get this body out of the room. Unfortunately, you dropped it as you were moving it through the window. It crushed the bushes. Stuart was not a small guy. But you got out, picked him back up, carried him to the greenhouse. Now, what is your plan with this body once you get it to the greenhouse? Are you going to hide it in the greenhouse, or are you going to bury it?
There a place when he was starting to plant some plants and
Yes, actually,
are-
there is. There is.
you know, like I think that I don't have to work that hard to
Yeah,
hide.
yeah. So you are able, after some time, to get the earth turned enough. It's a shallow grave, but the body will go in it.
I will put those some flowers later.
Okay. And
He
you
was an idiot,
cover
but-
it, but you notice as you go to put the shovel back in the greenhouse, you have certainly tweaked your back. Stuart was heavy. Take a trauma. And you're certainly going to have to come back to plant some flowers, because if this rain keeps up, all that dirt you just shoveled on top of him is going to wash away.
All right.
Now, Bostwick, where have you
Yes.
gone now?
I would have made my way to the attic as instructed to check on the little lady, but I would have made sure to bring a large quilt, and then I had also gotten a small gift for the young mistress, a bag of peppermints, her favorite thing. The blanket is to subdue her in case she tries to get me, and these peppermints are again a gift. There is a reason I have not been attacked yet by this little girl. I know how to handle her.
And that is where we are going to go to break. Before
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Oh my
I
god.
wanted to catch them before they go see Matilda.
Oh, damn it.
It's like a vet preparing to deal with an unlimited
Yes!
No.
the gloves and the treats.
Everyone, we will be back in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
Get a drink, stretch your legs, hydrate, use the bathroom, get a snack, because, yeah, this is not going well for people. Poor Martin with 2 trauma already.
I know.
I know.
And don't worry, Buck is going to have the utmost of honorable intentions in the changing room.
Of course.
See everybody in 10 minutes.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bedlam Hall, the tale of a dreadful birthday party. Where we left off, this cohort of house staff have been scrambling, some quite literally, to get their tasks done before the party must start. And as we return to the large manor home in the English countryside that is Bedlam Hall, we see Victoria Dunlop arriving back to the house. She actually pulls around front and allows her passengers out of the car. And they go inside. She carries their bags and takes it in, sets it inside the door, and goes back to the car to drive it to the kitchen to drop off those items. Martin has made his way back into the library and has cleaned up the blood. It looks nice and tidy now, but now he thoroughly needs to clean himself up before he is presentable. And he needs to be sure that Lord Blackwood hasn't forgotten again the important day today is, and get him ready. Bostwick was heading up to the attic to check on little Matilda, the birthday girl. Vivienne had just gotten the cookware that our cook needed to prepare the dishes for today's party, and was heading upstairs to clean the attic. Because hopefully, little Matilda will no longer be in residence there.
She has to meet me in the changing room first.
Oh, that's right. They do have to meet in the changing room first. Thank you. The housekeeper, Mr. Masterson, had an awkward discussion of sorts with the lady of the house, and is now heading to the ladies' changing room to talk with Vivienne. The cook is keeping busy, waiting for the food to arrive, getting a bit impatient at this point because the food needs to arrive to get cooked in time. And that is where we pick up. Who would like to go first?
I think we're all waiting to see this Matilda thing.
Hey.
All right. So, the butler
Yes.
goes up to the attic with a blanket and a gift. A bag of peppermints for little Matilda. Her favorite treat. Do you knock on the door or do you just open it?
By chance, is there a secret entrance into the attic?
Let me see if there is something you can roll.
I do have an ability called Keys to the Manor. Due to my trusted position, no room is unavailable to you in the entirety of the house. You have the ability to open any locked door and enter any room via secret entrance.
You do check the door to the attic. It is locked, as it should be, because Matilda has been locked in here. You can actually hear her muffled talking in the room, so you know she's in there. You pull out your key ring with many, many keys. It seems every door in this house and on these grounds has its own unique key. And you find the one for the attic, put it in, and it makes a satisfying click as it unlocks.
Before opening the door, I will do a few raps on the door and say, Lady Matilda, it is Bostwick. I am coming in.
And you hear a muffled, okay.
I will open and then assuredly close the door behind me.
Do you lock the door behind you?
No, but I will stand right in front of it.
Okay, excellent. Good to know. As you walk into the attic, this is where Matilda has been locked up for the past year. only allowed brief visitations from the family and staff. It has been somewhat decorated as a child's room, contrasting dramatically against the sparse and rotting interior, walls and roof. The entirety of the walls have been covered with drawings that Matilda has made of her imaginary friend, Mr. Straw, a scarecrow, with deep gouges and scratches above them which lead to the ceiling. Matilda is sitting at a small table in the attic with obviously a play tea set. And she is looking at the chair across from her, just talking away. Now, Mr. Straw, you know that today is my birthday. There's going to be delicious treats and gifts and maybe even friends. Now you know you're my best friend. But you can't be my only friend. What do you do, Bostwick?
I will say, you will see Bostwick actually kind of lighten up. He has an affinity for the little lady, more so than everyone else he's encountered here in this house. And he says, "What about a gift from me? Am I not your friend?"
Oh, Bostwick, you're my bestest house friend. You got a gift for me?
I will take out the little satchel that's tied with a rudimentary little ribbon and say, "Any guesses?"
Is it my favorite?
It is.
She jumps up from her chair, and the moment she does, you feel something that feels like straw smack your hand, and it smacks that bag of treats right out of your hand and across the floor. Mr. Straw, don't do that! That's naughty.
I just kind of rub my wrist and look puzzled.
So are you ignoring the strange?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to roll 2d6 and add your composure.
I am the anti-Moira today. I rolled a 13.
Okay. The events have no effect on your person and you continue forward as planned. You may ask a question about the situation as it is unfolding. And she looks towards where the chair is, but she looks slightly above it. Now, Mr. Straw, pick that up and give it to me, and you apologize to Bostwick. He's nice.
Oh, no problem, as long as you've gotten your gift, little lady.
No, Bostwick, Mr. Straw he's the reason I'm in this room. I'm trying to make him better.
I will use my question to ask, what do you mean?
Can't you see him? He's right there.
Right here?
As you look, you actually see a scarecrow. And then it fades from view. It had a menacing cloth face.
Matilda, are you ready for your... Are you ready for your birthday? Are you all dressed, and do you have on what you want to wear?
I'm wearing my favorite dress, and she does a little twirl in front of you.
kind of thinking my head's playing tricks on me. Very pretty.
Thank you. And she reaches down and grabs the bag of treats. Oh, she opens it. Peppermints, my favorite. Thank you so much, Bostwick.
Well, don't let it spoil your dinner now. I don't want to get in trouble with your mother.
I promise I'll be good. I will only have one. Is it time for the party yet?
We're getting very close. I think we could probably head downstairs if you promise to be good.
Mr. Straw, are you gonna be good?
You can hold my hand the whole time if you want.
Okay. And she reaches out and grabs your hand, and the hand she reaches is the one she grabbed the peppermint with and put in her mouth so it's sticky.
I heard your cousin may be showing up.
Erebus? I don't like him.
Neither do I.
And she
But
just
that's our
looks at you
secret.
and gives a big grin.
But that is our secret, okay?
It is our secret. Shh, I won't tell anybody.
Good girl. Should we make our way downstairs? See your mom and dad?
Let's do. I am 8 years old today. I'm a big girl.
Yes, you are. You're a lot taller than the last time I saw you.
Am I?
Yes.
Wow.
And I will well, before you go, stand by this post here. Remember when we measured you last year?
Oh, yeah. And she goes and she walks up and she steps up back against the post.
I will take a pen out of my pocket and mark above her head and put the number 8 there. Okay, you see?
Wow. I really have grown.
Yes, you have.
You staff have been sneaking me really good food.
Who's been doing that?
Oh, I promised not to tell.
Good girl.
Let's go.
Let's go. I will make sure to lock the door behind us
Excellent.
as we go.
As you make your way down.
Resting periods.
So you make your way down with little Lady Matilda. Who's next?
Buck is already in the changing room. He's kind of leaning against the wall, and he's got his little file out, and he's filing his nails, waiting on Vivian.
I suppose I'll arrive in the room after getting the stuff to Eunice. Mr. Masterson.
Hello, darling.
Mm,
What did you want to discuss?
Well, you know me, Mr. Masterson. I'm a purveyor of the family's more risque secrets. I've collected them in my stay. I listen and I comfort and I empathize, Mr. Masterson, and there are no secrets that escape me in this house.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, since we're alone in here, one of the things I like about you is your desire of the risque.
Right. Well, I'll have you know, Mr. Masterson, and I'm gonna make sure the doors are closed. Whilst I was looking for something interesting, something intriguing, I happened to come across something that was a little more revealing or illuminating.
I was young. I needed the money. Oh.
I don't doubt that, Mr. Masterson. So, how long would you say you've known Mrs. Lady Blackwood?
Well, I've been here since she started. The previous Miss Blackwell, I didn't really know.
You are actually going to roll, Victoria, 2d6 and add your persuasion.
My pleasure. Let's find out. 2d6. 5 and a 4, so 9 plus persuasion. I think that's 10.
10.
10 even.
All right, on a 10 plus, which is a complete success, the other person, because you are confirming your suspicions, confirms those suspicions she's implying.
Okay. One of my two, at least.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that I've known her quite a bit longer than that. And when, of course, you bring up Miss Blackwood's name, there's a little bit of a sparkle in my eye.
Ah, of course.
This outfit isn't exactly my choice.
Oh, I know. It's certainly not subtle.
Well, you'd be amazed how quickly it throws off Mr. Blackwell's suspicions.
Of course. So, this has been going on
Oh, it's not
the
going on
entire
anymore.
duration.
Unfortunately, darling, this outfit also throws off Miss Blackwood's desire. You see,
Ah,
she preferred more of the masculine man that Buck Masterson is,
I see.
not Buck Materson. Now, since you know about this, darling, it could be worth your while. And he actually
Great.
pulls the corner of his sleeve down a little bit. You and I could come to an arrangement. Well, I run the house, you see, darling, so I could make things easier on you, make things better for you. You could get some side perks if that's what you desire as well.
Mr. Masterson, you are speaking my language. I do enjoy many privileges in my position, but I suppose a few more would certainly be nice.
Darling, if you'd really like to earn everything I can give you, you'll borrow my purse here and just put a little bit of this mud, Mr. Blackwood's food that the cook has prepared.
That could be quite interesting. Perhaps in the blood pudding, it would be hard to pick out.
I think it'd make me happy, and then I would do everything I can to make you happy.
Mr. Masterson, I think we could perhaps come to that arrangement.
All right, with this dirty deal going on behind closed doors.
Dirty in more than one way. Maybe Vivian will find out what I don't have on under this maid's costume.
Is it a kilt?
It is my form of a kilt. I am Buck Commando Masterson.
Commando Masterson, there's nothing on below those petticoats.
All right, so Vivienne takes the purse that Buck hands her and peeks inside, and yes, there is indeed mud from the grounds in this purse. And it is quite saturated because it has been raining all day. So it is very liquidy. Should blend into the blood pudding quite well. So,
No.
Do you head straight to the kitchen?
I believe I'm going to be cautious. It is a little weird for me to be carrying Mr. Masterson's purse, but perhaps I can just say he lost it and I was looking for him if anything gets in the way. So yes, I think I'll be heading to the kitchen real quick.
Okay. Mr. Masterson, where are you going after this talk?
I want to be as far from the kitchen as possible. So I hate going out in the rain, but I've got to go check the gazebo to make sure that it's ready for the party.
Well, you haven't done the flowers yet.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm kind of distracted. I'm going to peek the gazebo anyway because, well, Vivian has managed to,
Reveal a secret.
well, break my composure. I'm not the most composed of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going out anyway to check it. Probably going to get me in a lot of trouble for not finishing the flowers yet, but I don't want to be in the house when any mud slinging may happen.
Okay. So, as you two make your way to your respective locations, who else is going next? So, actually, I'm going to pick up real quick with Victoria because she has gotten to the kitchen and has brought in the loads of items that Yanesh has requested. And as some extras as well.
Oh, pardon me, it took longer than anticipated. We, no bumps on the road, as they say, but, I went ahead and gathered the grapes. There should be plenty, if not extra. The cut of boar, the blood, and, just a few bits and bobs, some different cheeses, breads, desserts, little truffle type things, extra things just for you to work with. It was rather easy to gather extra things. Seems you and the butcher are on a first name basis now.
Aye. Yeah, we've known each other for a while.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Not that many butchers in this part of town.
Just the one, as far as I know.
Yeah,
It is-
so unless you're going to go out and field dress your own animals, you need a butcher.
No, I just didn't know that you got out of the house much.
I don't necessarily get out of the house much. That said, the master does like his meat. So you do what you can do. You know what you mean? You have to make this work.
Sure. Right. Well, is there anything else I can help you with? I do want to go see to the car. It's a bit muddy. I wanted to clean it off before the party, just in case any other guests need to be brought around.
While we're talking, I'd like to examine the food, the groceries, make sure everything's as it should be.
It's a little damp, but other than that.
Do I notice any grapes missing?
Roll me 2d6 and add your etiquette.
Yeah, I fail.
You notice
Wait a minute, what did you get? So the viewers
Yeah.
know.
I have an 8.
that covers it because you only asked one question. That covers it. So, do you notice if there are some grapes missing? When you pick the grapes up from the mesh cloth bag, like cheesecloth bag that they are in, and you take them out and examine them, you notice it appears that one of the little branches on the grape cluster has been recently torn off.
I can't help but to notice. Did you get hungry by chance, Victoria? Dear?
Oh, well, I'm. Yes.
We
Yep.
seem to be running short on grapes a lot lately.
Yes. Well, it's quite a drive into town. I do get a little snacky, and I figured I picked up extras, so I just went ahead and had a few. That's all. I mean, you know, the young Erebus is a bit of a handful.
Yeah.
Stress eating. That's what it is. My apologies.
Well, I suppose we don't need you running into fences or other furniture items or buildings or anything. It's better you get rid of your stress rather than kill somebody with a car.
I agree. I agree so wholeheartedly with that statement. You have no idea how much I agree with that.
So we'll keep this between us. Is that okay, dearie?
We're keeping things between each other?
Yes. We don't need to let the master or the mistress know that we've been eating something other than our gruel.
Well, I didn't know we were playing that game, Mr. Friendly with the Butcher.
Be surprised what an improperly cut meat looks like.
I suppose. Is this a scenario in which I can act on this suspicion that I have?
Certainly, you can. What is the suspicion you have?
I don't know if this is a full suspicion, but I did learn from Bobby that Janess has been speaking with the butcher more frequently than before. And he's making some odd statements about meat. So I have some kind of suspicion that there's an excess meat that is being butchered.
So through this conversation, you are doing your best to kind of lead the cook into revealing the secret that he's keeping about the butcher.
Yes, he's poking at me, and so, naturally I'd poke back about
all right,
you and the butcher.
I want now, Yanesh, I will give you that you have learned the secret that Victoria's been stealing grapes from the kitchen. That is a secret you have on Victoria. And of course, that is potential blackmail later with the Lord and Lady, that someone's stealing their food. But, Victoria, you are going to roll 2d6 and add your persuasion to see if you are smooth enough to get the cook to slip up and reveal something.
Oh, that's a 4.
Yeah, no. 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 You legit, it just makes no sense to you. You still have the suspicion.
You're just a meaty guy. That's fine. We all have our things. I have grapes, you have meat. Apologies.
If I may, Victoria, I have a peace offering. I go into the fridge, the old style of fridge, of course, that has the old technology above it. And I pull out this plate of tartare that I've been making. I say, try some of this. This is wonderful. The master loves it. It's fairly fresh. I just made it earlier in preparation as a try some of this. I think you'll like it.
Yes, I'll try some. If there's extra, could I perhaps bring some up to the young master and his mother? They had a rainy car ride. Like I said, bumps in the road. I think that would help smooth things with them as well.
I suspect you might have to persuade me a bit on this.
Well, let me try it first. So they may not even like it. Who knows? I will try it.
So I hand you this platter of some sort of a meat tartare, cut into very small cuts with no bite to it, almost like a hamburger. This is popular, I understand, in the Turkish areas. You should try this.
Okay, I'd try it.
And now you're going to roll 2d6 plus composure.
Jeez.
Man, I was waiting for the rose pudding to come back out.
That's a 7.
As you are eating this, you are trying to keep a straight face and act like everything is just fine. But something about this tartare is just off to you.
Do you taste the mint in it?
That's what it is. Mint. Yes, I do.
Yes, you have to. It's wild meat, so you have to mask the gaminess just the right way. You have to pair it, and it brings the flavor along a certain way.
Yes, I most definitely can taste that.
Tell you what, it looks like you may not have enjoyed. It might be a little too exotic for you. Have you ever
Yes.
tried rose water?
I haven't much experience other cuisine, like you said, like the
Well, rose
staff
water is
gruel and
used to
all
make
of that.
Turkish delights.
Well, I mean, personally, I mean, you've already made the accusation and correct assumption that I have been sampling grapes.
Well, why don't you try this rose water based pudding that I made? It's the same stuff they use to make Turkish delights.
I think I'm quite all right. If I could take just a sample up to perhaps the young master, that would be great. I will do that. I've had my fill for the day, grapes and all that. I've already eaten more than I should have, so I will carry this upstairs, and you can get to cooking, and I will go to the garage, and perhaps we won't see each other again today. Maybe that would be nice. Don't you think?
All right, so Victoria, are you going to take this rose pudding up to Erebus and abstinence?
I sure am.
Okay.
I am trying to ease tensions that I have caused. I do not want to eat anything else, but I don't want you to ask me any more questions. So yes, I will.
All right, so you make your way upstairs with this rose pudding in hand. Martin. Actually, before I come to you, Yanesh, you are preparing the food. You now have what you need. Is there anything of note before we leave your scene?
I think I'm going to examine my surroundings and make sure everything is in its place, because one must be the master of their kitchen and they must notice if something's out of place.
Okay, go ahead and
A tidy
roll.
kitchen is important. One must know if there's anything afoot.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll and add your etiquette. So you'll roll 2d6 plus etiquette.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
Okay. So with a 9, you can ask... Hang on just a second. You can ask one of those everything in its place questions. Only one.
Something been added or removed?
Looking around... You scan, you walk through your kitchen, you even check your larder and your little secret stash within the larder. You check the fridge, check the freezer, check the pantry. Everything seems in its place.
Excellent.
Now that you have your supplies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will get to making my my multiple courses, because a good cook serves no less than 5 courses for a meal like this. I would say it's at least 7.
Okay, excellent. So you're going to be busy for some
So
time.
I must
doing
get
this
to work,
cooking.
so everything's paced.
Yes. Now, Martin.
Exactly. I have a special item in meal.
Martin, you have cleaned up the blood, cleaned up yourself. You are now assisting Mr. Blackwood, Lord Blackwood. He has gotten cleaned up, and he's deciding between which outfit he should wear for the party. He first tasked you while he was grooming to go ahead and wrap the present that he got for Matilda. It was a small carved doll with very colorful hand-sewn clothing. Beautiful, truly. Painted beautifully. It is obviously South American in origin.
Hmm. I take it and I try to put on the most proper cleanup as possible to see if there hasn't been any, say, something weird with it. I just want to know if is everything okay with the doll.
With the
Because-
doll? Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the doll and stuff, because I'm not trusting the judgment of the Lord right now.
Yeah, he seems a little off, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you first to add to your list of secrets of others that you
Yes.
know the Lord is trying to summon a demigod.
Yes.
As one does.
And you also know the Lord killed Stuart, the gardener.
Yes. I try to look up. I try to talk to.
So what
the
you're
Lord.
going to roll is you're going to roll
Yes.
2d6 plus etiquette. We're going to use the everything in its place roll for this
Yes.
doll to see if everything checks out with it.
Okay. $11. Total 11.
Excellent. This doll does have something strange about it. When you turn it over and inspect the back,
Yes.
when you've picked it up from the table that it was on, you see that there are pieces of straw all over the table. And the doll itself has a small tear. It's like the stitching burst on the back of its body. The head, hands, feet are carved, but the body itself is made out of cloth that is stuffed. It didn't feel like straw. When you first picked it up, it felt like perhaps cotton stuffing. But now there is straw poking out of the back of the doll. And as you pick it up, you hear scratching coming from the walls. What do you do?
I keep it holding the doll and I try to research the scratching.
Okay. Ask me a question about it because you rolled a complete success.
Only one question.
Ask me one question because I gave you two strange things.
Okay. Just tell me, where did the straw came from?
You don't know. You may have to ask other staff if they know anything about straw and scratching. Now, what are you going to do with this doll? It is obvious that there is cotton stuffing inside the doll and that the straw has been poked into it.
As I said, I was trying to tidy up the doll itself, so I will try to take off the straw parts.
Okay, and I'm sure there is a small sewing kit that you keep handy for minor repairs of
Yes.
the Lord's garments, and you probably will
Exactly.
stitch it back up.
Yes.
Okay. As you have removed the straw and swept it into a wastebasket, after repairing the doll and wrapping it in beautiful paper with Matilda's favorite color, red ribbon, you hear the scratching running from the far corner of the wall, straight down the wall in front of you, and down the hall.
Look at the Lord and ask him, "Do you hear that, sir?"
And he seems distracted. Hear what?
That's scratching.
No, I
Just
didn't hear
now.
any scratching. Why'd you hear scratching? We have rats?
Yes. Yeah, right now. And I guide the
I don't hear
pattern of
anything.
this.
We have rats?
I haven't seen them in a while. No.
Because I thought we got poison for the rats.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because Matilda kept wanting to make them pets.
Yeah, that's why we get the points.
Okay.
All right.
Here, help me with this tie.
Of course, sir. Okay, sir. Yes.
Oh, go ahead, please, if you're going to say something.
Okay, sir. How are you? How are you about the incident?
Oh, I'll just have to try again, and maybe I'll succeed next time.
All right, sir. I don't. Can we have that type of conversation later? It's not good that other people know about what happened. I hid Mr. Stewart, so nobody will find it for now.
Oh.
If they found out about what happened, you will be in trouble for that, sir.
Oh, I'm sure I can
Basically-
buy my way out of it. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, but I don't mean about the punishment of the law, more of the public punishment.
Oh, haven't you heard the rumors? Everybody thinks we're weird and cursed.
Yeah, but one thing is that they think about it, other thing is that they know about it.
You know?
Because when they know that we are actually weird, they will come and they will search and they will try to look why we are weird.
Maybe
That
we
makes
are
them good.
cursed. My first wife had that weird badminton incident that killed her. Now Stuart's dead. Huh. Oh well, it's a birthday party. I need to get ready for it.
All right, so what's the plan? What is your idea for the parties?
Have the guests arrived?
Yes.
Excellent. And he actually starts walking towards the bedroom door, out of the dressing room and into the bedroom and then to the door. Then let's go. Let's greet our guests and head out to the gazebo and
All
wait
right,
for the food.
I guide the directions of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and I just make sure or try to make sure that he doesn't mention anything about the safari or the ritual, and especially about the guard. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, yes. But, sir.
Hmm.
Just one thing. Can you please tell the butler that we may need another gardener because the steward wasn't doing a good job and that. Just so don't no one asks.
I told you to tell the butler.
Oh, good. Sorry. This,
I might need a new valet.
No, sorry. No. Sorry. It's been a strange day, sir. I apologize.
Don't let it happen again.
Okay.
And you walk towards the drawing room to meet with the guests and the family.
Okay, I do have something called guide
Guide their direction.
No, something else. Called in their best interests. That is exactly for black.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Yes. It's my special release, my first in their
Oh,
best
it's your. Hang on, I'm
Yes.
looking. Yep. You serve very closely with one of the family. Roll with something extra when you attempt to guide their direction. So you're going to roll guide their direction. You're going to roll 3, remove the
Yes.
lowest number, and then add your persuasion.
Okay. It's just to make sure that he doesn't get out of the script when he talks to people, or that he understood that he does must do it. Huh? Yeah. Okay, that was 9. 11.
Okay. You take him into the drawing room, and he acts like a proper lord of the house in there. But you know something's really off about him.
Oh yes, I have no doubt.
He was always strange, but he's been really weird since that last safari. Okay.
Oh, I do give him the present, so he can.
Oh, yes,
give
so
it
he
to
can give it
someone.
to his daughter. Good.
Yeah, yes. It
Okay.
will be weird if I do. Yes.
And he dismisses you once he's there with his wife's family and the children. And as you are leaving, you see Victoria coming up with a pudding to serve them. Bostwick, you escorted the little lady down to the drawing room to be with her mother.
Yes.
Once the guests arrived, and actually the last to arrive was the little boy from in town. That is, let me give a moment, Angus Bitterwit. He's one of the local villagers' children, brought to the house for the birthday party because Matilda has no friends whatsoever. And they think she needs additional playmates.
Mhm.
He's never been in the house before. He's sitting in the drawing room just looking like a deer in the headlamps.
I am aware who this is, though.
You are.
I will politely knock on the door to get his attention.
And as you do that, his hand was reaching towards one of the knickknacks on a shelf. And he starts and jerks his hand away. Yeah?
Angus, I presume?
Yes. I am Angus Bitterwit.
It is a pleasure to have you in the home.
Thank you. It is a real pleasure to be here.
I'm glad to hear. I will kind of shuffle Matilda into the room. Looks like your parents invited a playmate, Matilda.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, who are you?
I whisper, his name is Angus.
Oh. Are you one of the folks that lives in houses like ours, the big houses? No, ma'am. No, I live in town. Oh, that's fine. Do you have fun in town? And they just start talking. Yeah. They're just talking to each other. So you excuse yourself from the room to allow the family time to socialize before heading out to the gazebo.
Do I pass anyone on my way out that way?
You pass Victoria coming in with a pudding to serve them. Little strange that the chauffeur, a little waterlogged from being out in the storm, is serving pudding, but
I do not know what you are doing with that, but take it where you're going and make sure you get changed. You are sopping wet.
Oh, I've changed twice. Yeah, yes, sir.
And I will proceed.
okay. So where do you head from there?
I will make sure. I want to make sure everything is clean, so I will go and try and find the housekeeper or the maid.
Okay, so you are going to look for Vivienne
Making sure their duties are being fulfilled.
Okay, excellent. So where are Buck and Vivienne right now?
Now, Buck was out at the gazebo, so he's coming back in to go and try to do those flowers in the drawing room where the whole family's apparently gathered at this point.
Eating rose pudding.
Vivienne is heading towards the kitchen currently.
Okay. So Vivienne actually makes it to the kitchen before Buck makes it to the drawing room for the flowers. Vivienne, you now are in the kitchen with Yanesh. Yanesh, I'm sure you are very busy preparing, putting things in the oven, stirring things on the stove, doing all you must do.
Absolutely. I'm just so busy right now. So busy. I understand I have someone in the room with me right now. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Yanesh, it's just me. Nothing to
excellent.
worry about.
Excellent. Here, I hand her a plate full of what appears to be like a Waldorf salad with lots of marshmallows and grapes and large nuts, just really big nuts. So take this out there. This is for the first dish for the group for them to munch on.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's got to be famished with nothing else on the table.
Yes, I'll be certain to do that, though. I do believe I saw Victoria carrying something up to them. You look like you could use a lot of help. I'm going to set the plate down for just a moment and make my way over towards... Ooh.
What is this? What were you saying?
I said I saw Victoria carrying something up to the family up in the drawing room as I passed.
Why would she be doing that?
I have no idea. What do you mean?
Oh dear. I offered her something to taste and she brought it out to the guests? Oh, that is not good. Go get it right now. Go get it right now. Bring it back. That's not fit for consumption for the Lord of the house. That's yeah, no. Don't. Please go get that now.
Wait. Yanesh, you go grab it. I'll keep an eye on things here for a moment. It's all right. Just make sure that you get it out of her hands.
I have to cook this. I've got 3 things to boil. I've got to cut this.
Oh, I know. I'll cut it. You've been teaching me a little. I suppose I can handle it for 5 minutes. Just, if it's not fit for consumption, I suggest you be the one who stops it. If you're the one who made it.
Okay, so y'all are both trying to command each other.
Yes, we are.
And she's in my kitchen.
Y'all are gonna roll 2d6 plus etiquette. Both of
All
you.
right.
And we're gonna see who wins.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I lost that one.
All right, let's see. 2d6 plus etiquette.
Yes.
4, 6, and 2, so 12. I'm actually rolling like fucking fire. Holy shit. I've rolled a 10, a 9, and a 10. So
well, she beat me with my 6, so...
Yeah, so Yanesh, you feel compelled to go ahead. You know you've been teaching Vivienne a little more than the basics. She's a quick learner. She's a smart cookie.
So I wipe my hands off and make sure I'm not covered in blood. Take off my my apron, I sit it down, and I run over rapid pace to go get this abomination that was not meant for the lord of the house.
Or the lady, or the little lady of the house.
No, it was not meant for public consumption like that.
And Vivian, you set about chopping, stirring, checking. You have learned quite a bit from Yanesh. And there are some smells coming from some things that are a little bit odd, but you're kind of used to that in this kitchen at this point. You don't think much of it.
He's certainly quite the exotic cooker, or cook, we'll say.
Mhm.
And also, I'm going to get some mud into that blood pudding.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Go ahead and roll me 2d6 and let's add, hang on. I'm going to make up a roll for you for this one. We are going to add composure because you know you are tainting the food. Let's see if you
yes.
can keep your cool to do it.
Plus composure. +1. So I got an 8.
You do get it in the blood pudding. It settles a little bit in the bottom. No matter
Goodness.
how much you stir, it settles a little bit in the bottom. But you set it in the refrigerator to set.
Make sure that's all right. Then make sure everything else in the kitchen is fine while Yanesh is gone.
Mm-hmm. And Janesh, you are running breakneck speed up the servant stairs to the drawing room, hauling ass, and you run right into Buck Masterson.
Slow down, man. As a servant, we must always keep our composure.
You're right. Let me speed walk then.
You can't be running in the halls. People will think that there's a problem. They'll think seeing the cook run through the halls is a fire. You should walk slowly with as much decorum as possible. Here, let me walk with you to make sure
Yes,
we're
please.
going the same direction anyway.
Yes, I actually could use your help. Please come with me.
And so
We
you
may- Go ahead.
You both walk slightly quickly, but with decorum, to the drawing room. And you see Victoria is not there. She dropped off this pudding and left. The pudding has been served. And the children are turning purple. And the parents are starting to panic because their children are gagging and turning purple.
As soon as I see that, Buck is turning around and immediately leaving the room.
Okay. I see someone brought a dish out that was not meant to be served.
The
I
Lord,
have something for these two. Let me go get it from the larder. We can solve this problem. I know exactly what's happening here.
the lady of the house speaks up. Make sure you save that one too. And she points to the little village boy. We don't want more rumors about this place.
No, ma'am. I will fix this, and I will go ahead and bring something extra comforting for children out.
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you. Please save them. Please, please. They can barely breathe. What
Yes,
was
ma'am.
What was in that?
Apparently, someone brought out the poinsettia soup that was brought in with poinsettia instead of the proper seasonings. Should never have come out here.
Why would you even make that?
I was dealing with a different problem, mistress. I'll tell you about it later if that's okay with you.
Go, help the children. Help the children. We will deal with you later.
Yes, ma'am.
And you...
I
And
race to the larder.
if you see Mr. Masterson,
Yes,
send
ma'am,
him
he
to
was-
my quarters.
Yes, ma'am, I will. He was immediately behind me.
I saw him run.
Yes, ma'am. So I make my way back to the larder to get the appropriate anti-point set that I have stashed.
Basically, the Ipecac, make him vomit.
You can rest assured you do not find Buck Masterson anywhere between you and that kitchen.
Like, I come back without Epicac. I actually bring back blood pudding as to solve this problem.
Yes,
Okay.
are you certain you? Oh, all right.
They're
Okay.
poisoned. Someone brought out the wrong dish, and they're poisoned now. And I need this to solve the problem, to cause them to regurgitate.
Yes, I think you'll get plenty of that.
So I bring this bowl out. I say, Mistress, the way this works is they're going to have to expel the product. We do not want this to happen, I don't think, in public. May I bring them out to a side room?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I bring these children to the side room where they can vomit, and I hand them this blood pudding to make them vomit.
Okay. And it does. Oh,
And
does
of course,
it?
being the kind of cook that I am, I recognize this dish is spoiled now for consumption at dinner. I have to go come up with something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now you go and bring the nearly empty dish back. That village kid actually took quite a lot of it to make him vomit. He's obviously not been eating the best of food.
Probably used to some mud pudding, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He makes mud
Dirt
pies and
cookies.
eats them. Yes.
So if it pleases the mistress, I go out and bring the very illustrious Swede Waldorf. I made sure that it has extra marshmallows and in purple, of course, for the young lady. And I bring it out and I apologize to him. I'm so sorry you've had this. Eat this. This will make you feel better.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
And she eats it. This is really good.
Do you taste the mint in it?
I do. Thank you. And
Fares very
you,
well.
Yanesh, hear scratching along the wall of that room you're in.
I am going to attempt to ignore it.
Okay, roll to ignore the strange. You're going to roll and add your composure.
Hopefully I get better than Snake Eyes. I roll an 11.
Got an 11. Okay, you have no impacts from this strange shit going on. You are hyper-focused, laser point focused on the children, making sure that little Matilda is calm now, that she can breathe again. It's not even fazing you. And from there, we will move on to Ostwick. What have you been doing?
I've been trying to go find, though, the staff, make sure they are attending to their duties.
Yep.
Just going room to room, trying to find and keep things on track.
Well, you seem to be just behind all the excitement because it seems that everything just kind of resolved before you even got there. You go out to the gazebo. The only thing missing is the flowers. And of course, the main attraction of the confection that the cook is making, which will be served immediately following dinner. You see, Martin, what are you doing?
I was actually, um, I was actually trying to find the butler.
Okay, well, you have now found him because he found you.
Martin, is the Lord tended to?
Yes, he has been instructed. He has been nice, and he has the present for his story.
He's going to be attending, correct?
Yes, he will. He has been distracted lately, but he is attending now. I just
Well-
directed him to the guest.
Well, that is your job. So good.
Exactly. And I do have a couple of requests from the gentleman. Has requested for a new guard. Then Mr. Stewart's not gonna be longer with us.
Sorry, what was the second thing?
The gardener is not gonna be longer with us.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right.
So he's requesting a new one. So
New gardener. Well, we have
yes.
many things to tend to today. That explains why the flowers are not there. So we'll need to take care of that. Is that something you can take care of, making sure flowers are on the gazebo?
I will
Since we
search.
don't-
I will see to search. Are the Matilda's flowers, right?
Yes,
several ones. Yes.
the bluebells.
Yes. By the way, since you are the person in charge in here, I do
Yes.
have a question. I did keep some of the straw,
Mm-hmm.
and I show it to them. And look, I was tending the doll that the father was going to give to Matilda, and
Yes.
I find this in them, and nobody touched it. Somebody needs to be touching the stuff of Matilda, and I made sure that no one did it because that gift was only in possession of the Lord, and I'm the only one that is close to the Lord to manipulate it. And I don't know
Well-
why somebody left these things in there. Do you have any idea who might have manipulated or anything?
You said there was straw in the doll.
Yeah, in the doll itself. Like somebody
No.
put them deliberately. It was actually weird. I don't know.
I mean, you are the one closest to the Lord. He would certainly know his own daughter's imaginary friend, the Scarecrow. So maybe he did something without you noticing, trying to make this doll emulate her imaginary friend.
And that's the thing. She never touched the doll.
Maybe he
Yeah.
did. He would certainly know his daughter's friends. It was his gift, correct?
Oh. Yeah, it was. Okay, that maybe makes sense. Okay,
Or-
something. And did you hear about some scratchings in here? I'm being like,
Scratching.
yeah, on the walls. They're not the rats. The rat scratchings are actually the ones that I know of. I'm kind of accustomed to that, but that's some weird scratchings lately.
Are you sure it wasn't Matilda?
No, it wasn't until.
I'm going to pause this scene right here at this exact moment while Martin is talking about the strange scratchings with the butler, Bostwick. And as you were with these children, out of the corner of your eye from the side room, you swear it looks like a scarecrow leaving the room. Now,
Go ahead.
please go ahead.
I've been here a while. I'm going to attempt to ignore it.
Okay, roll again. Ignore the strange and add your composure.
Okay, and I roll. See, that's composure. So I roll a 10.
Okay, you ignore it. And back to Bostwick and Martin. You are talking about this scratching.
It's likely it could be Matilda being up in the attic. It's sound
was-
probably traveled downwards. This house is very old, Sounds come from everywhere.
No, that's what I'm asking. The sounds are not like the one that I'm accustomed, and I kind of like used to some scratching, some howling, some other rats walking on the walls, something like that. But that scratching was actually new. That was kind of scary.
But
And actually, I told the Lord about it, and kind of like it was a view weird about it for a moment.
I kind of grab his lapels. I can understand someone with your disposition for fashion and maybe not tougher, more manly things would be scared by some sounds. So I will keep my eye out for things that are causing scratches, and I will get back to you if it is something more than the rats.
Bostwick, behind Martin in the shadows of the hallway there, you see movement, and it's moving at a rapid pace towards the stairway, towards the door.
Is that towards us or away from us?
It's away from you. It's starting to leave the house. The door slams open, and a gust of wind and rain enters the house.
Rats. Move aside. Move aside. I will go and attempt to see what ran out.
I will follow him like from some distance, but I was trying to stalk on him for a while.
Victoria, where are you?
I was just about to say, I like to think that Victoria went ahead and changed as Bostwick encouraged, and was about to head out the house to go to the garage to clean the car when the door suddenly opened and rain and mud flung on her clothes again, and she is going to go change.
Before you can go change, you're going to roll going out on the grounds. You're going to roll 2d6 and add your fortitude.
Sure. I think I missed it earlier. I think I do have a bonus to going out on the grounds because I have better footwear.
Yes.
So something extra would be
something
adding
extra is you roll
a dice,
3
right?
and remove the lowest.
Great. Okay, and that's fortitude. That'll be an 11.
11. Okay. You are able to keep your footing. But as you go to turn to head back towards the house to your quarters to change, something slams into you.
Ooh.
You can't see it. And then you feel something scratchy wrap around your neck. And
do I see the butler coming?
You are starting to actually, because the rain is in your eyes, you can't see squat, except for now something is manifesting on you.
Ooh.
And it is a scarecrow with a menacing face. And it looks like it's snarling at you. And Bostwick? Martin, you were following him, yes? You see from out of nowhere this scarecrow as large as a man.
I will attempt to remove it, tackle it off of Victoria.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see what you have.
If he does not succeed, I will try to tackle it.
I mean, you both can.
All right, we can do it at some time.
Okay. You're going to roll for serve the house, both of you. You're going to roll 2d6 and add your fortitude.
Right. Nine. Oops, sorry. 8.
8.
Okay. You are able to knock the scarecrow off of Victoria. Victoria, you are choking. You are choking, coughing, trying to get your breath. The scarecrow looks up at you with a menacing face and starts to fade again. Matilda comes running to the door screaming, "Mr. Straw, stop it! It was an accident!"
I will get up, brush myself off despite the rain. Matilda, get back inside, please.
No, I have to stop him.
What? Martin, tend to her. I will look over Victoria.
Mr. Straw.
Of course.
Damn it, now he's gone. And she turns and runs back, and she's heading to the kitchen now.
Martin, now.
Okay, I will.
And I will check on Victoria's condition.
Okay. She is starting to catch her breath now. So I'll let you guys have that scene for a moment.
Hello. I have to go change again.
That makes two of us.
Sorry. What was that?
I don't know. An intruder of some kind. That is about as much as I feel comfortable saying without sounding like a crazy person.
Well, yes, but I assume what you were going to say is Matilda's Now you do understand I try to avoid the children as much as possible, but it's hard to do that all the time.
Just say it.
Does she not have an imaginary friend named Mr. Straw?
My concern is if they're one and the same, he's not so imaginary anymore, is he?
Yes, well, Matilda said he was getting after me over an accident. I mean, it was just a fence, and I am getting it repaired, so I think it'll be fine. I don't know how Mr. Straw would know about that.
Right. Let's get you inside. It's still raining.
Perfect.
Because the
I
weather
do need to clean the car at some point.
the weather is positively dreadful.
Indeed.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think there will be any need for you to leave, but we may need your assistance elsewhere, as some other people seem to be slacking on their duties.
Yes. Well, I've been most wonderful about my duties. In fact, I actually served the guests some extra food.
Is that what you were carrying earlier?
Yes. I wanted. Well, like I said, the ride. I told Janesh that the ride was rather bumpy and rainy, and the car doesn't have the best coverage, so I wanted to make sure that everyone was happy with some extra pudding, I think is what he called it.
Did someone ask you to bring it?
No, I just wanted to do a little bit extra for the sake of a difficult ride.
All right.
If that's okay. If that's beyond my jurisdiction.
It is done now. I mean, what's done is done.
Did they like it?
I don't know. I was tending to other things.
Oh, I bet they did.
Before I get to the kitchen, Martin, you recalled that when you escorted the Lord into the drawing room, the flowers and vases were on a tray on one of the sideboards in the drawing room, not completed, with the ribbon.
Yeah.
So you go back in there, and the adults are in there talking, and the children have just returned, except for Matilda, because she's taken off towards the kitchen. Do you grab the tray and take it somewhere else to start working on the flowers for the gazebo?
I
Okay.
will.
Okay. So go ahead. We're going to consider that you're successful at it, you get it done, and you take them out to the gazebo. So we're going to move on now to Buck Masterson and Vivienne. As the lady of the house notices her daughter running past the drawing room towards the kitchen, she steps out and starts moving that way in the hallway. Vivienne, you're coming from one direction. Buck is coming from the other with the lady right in the middle.
As I go to walk past, I'm trying to actually, I'm obviously ignoring the lady. I make sure the lady can see me as I reach over and pat Vivian on the ass once as I walk by, and I invoke a turn of the screw.
Okay. Finally, someone's using a cruel move.
A cruel move.
I will also use a turn of the screw
Oh,
to
Lord.
absolutely mess her up. I will reach over and give him a peck on the cheek.
It's not bad enough that my daughter almost died today. You want me dead too? And tears well up in her eyes, and she just runs towards the kitchen.
I did. What? What happened? Mr. Masterson, shall we follow her?
Oh, no, darling. That's the point of this. We're going to, we need to check on everybody in the drawing room at this point.
Oh,
I think
of course.
our esteemed cook can handle Miss Blackwood right about now.
Yes, I think he could. And unfortunately, his blood pudding apparently got fed to the children to save them from something. So it appears my mission was a particular failure. But at least they vomited, I guess.
Well, I'm sure it's at least somewhat messed up Lord Blackwood's day. Let's go check the drawing room.
Yes, of course. I think we could do that.
So we're heading to the drawing room.
Okay, you enter the drawing room, and actually the other adults are just conversing, and it's actually Lady Blackwood's sister and Lord Blackwood, and she actually has her arm in Lord Blackwood's arm, and she's leaning in towards him, basically flirting with him, and he's just oblivious. Just oblivious. And you can see on her face, she's starting to get a little frustrated because he's not giving her the attention she desires.
I don't see Mr. Bologna in the room. So would anyone need anything? Myself and Vivian are at your disposal if you'd like a drink or anything.
No, we're actually going to head out to the gazebo. It should be any time now for the party, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I expect Yunesh will have that cake done. So I think
Excellent.
perhaps it is time to start heading out.
Because I
towards the
don't think we're
gazebo.
going to have dinner after our children were nearly poisoned.
Would you like
Hopefully
me
the
to-
cake is not.
Would you like me to get some umbrellas for everybody?
Please.
I will go get one.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. A pleasure to have you at our estate again, Lady Abstinence.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to visit.
Of course.
I will go
And
hurry to go get an umbrella.
Okay. And you are able to get some. Yep, you get 2 umbrellas, and you actually hand one to Vivienne so she can hold it over the lady, and you hold one over the Lord.
Yep.
And you escort them out to the gazebo.
As we're going out to the gazebo, I just lean over and whisper, Vivian, we don't have to keep these umbrellas that far apart with the way she's hanging on him.
not at all. She looks like she's getting a bit flustered.
This should be a fun birthday party.
Oh, especially with Mrs. Blackwood all
Worked up.
worked up.
So, Yanesh, first, you feel a rush of wind blow past you as you are working on this glorious birthday cake. It almost makes the cake topple.
Well, it's actually in a crystal bowl, so
Oh, it's in a crystal bowl. Okay.
yes. But that would be equally horrible for it to topple.
Right. The bowl starts to wobble.
I'm like, oh, no. And I
And
grab
as
it.
you start to feel something scratchy grab onto your shoulders.
And I reach out with my leg and I kick backward as if a certain fellow was trying to grope me. And I kick back.
Look, if Buck
Roll
was in the room,
2d6 plus fortitude.
if Buck was in the room, he'd tell you, I never tried to grab you. You were choking, and I just tried to perform the Heimlich.
Fortitude, right?
Plus
And I actually get
fortitude.
And I actually get a bonus for fortitude type stuff in the kitchen, don't I?
Let me double check. I believe you do. Hang on. When in the kitchen, you can ignore one level of trauma received.
Oh, I haven't received trauma yet, so it doesn't count.
Right.
Well, I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you kick and you connect with something.
I hope it wasn't the lady of the house.
And it actually, you feel something go around your neck, like an arm lock around your neck, and it's tightening. And as it's tightening, it's starting to manifest. And you swear to God, with the raggedy shirt and the straw, it looks like a fucking scarecrow.
I reach down and I grab the beef tartare and I bring it towards its face and said, I'm being choked. Not much comes out.
Yeah. It just ignores that. You're going to take, I will say, you will not take one level of trauma because you are starting to get choked. This is a little bit scary. The thing is obviously as big as you easily. And Matilda comes running in the room. Mr. Straw, stop it! It was an accident! He saved us!
I know this thing's behind me, but am I able to turn to see anything?
You are not. You are pinned against its body.
I don't know who this is, but this is kind of an uncomfortable thing.
Tightens harder. And Matilda, her mother comes rushing in. Lady Blackwood comes rushing in, screaming Matilda's name. And Matilda's eyes go completely white. And she says, Mr. Straw, I said to stop! And the scarecrow disappears.
Oh, good to have that out on my back, too. It's a little too uncomfortable. What was that? What was that?
She blinks. Are you okay?
Oh, little lady, I don't know what happened. 1 minute I'm bending over to get your cake prepared for you for your birthday. This luxurious cake that I know you're gonna love so much. I put so much energy into this for you, and then this thing was on my back and rubbing up against me. It was very uncomfortable, and then I started getting choked. I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened?
He tries to protect me.
Oh dear. You really do need to stay away from men like that, young lady. That's not good.
And she turns and her mama just holds her tight and she says, Mama, I swear, Mr. Straw is the one that does it. It's not me. And Lady Blackwood is just holding her daughter and crying.
I, of course, am giving her a little bit of cake ahead of time because she's clearly gone through some things too. And I hand her a bowl of this luxurious, multi-layered, lots of fruit and pudding and coconut, grapes. And I hand it to her in a bowl with a silver spoon. Here, this will help.
Thank you, Yanesh.
Thank you, lady. And I go over to the side and I continue to work on what appears to be pigs in a blanket. For those who aren't aware of what those are,
Crescent wrapped sausages.
No, not crescent wrapped. This is cabbage with wild pork.
Wild
cooked in
pork.
it.
Okay.
Yes, and rice in it.
Long pig.
Yes. I'm going to call this Bucks in a Blanket.
Bucks in a blanket. There you go. Okay. All right. So, Vivienne and Buck, you escort the adults and the other children out to the now decorated gazebo because the housekeeper totally failed on that job. Martin took care of it. You see Martin putting the last bunch of flowers in a vase in the proper place.
Well done, good man.
Thank you very much, Martin.
Yes. That's the least I can. Yes. Of course. Martin is terrified. Absolutely. Yes.
You look like you've seen a ghost. Are you all right?
Better? Yeah. You see that? Yeah. This is weird.
Rather
I don't
busy, yes.
Yeah.
Now we've just got to wait for the birthday girl to join
And
us.
her mother.
And her mother, of course.
Have you seen Mr. Bologna? Please, I just need to talk to her about something.
Oh, Mr. Bologna?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's somewhere.
Yes, I'm certain.
Yeah, he asked me some help with stuff, and I need to,
Spit it
report
out,
to him.
man. You're being quite vague. Is everything all right?
Sure. I just nervous, weird day.
Have you seen the gardener? I was looking for him earlier.
No,
off
but
drinking.
they are. I don't know. But the Laura asked me to ask Mr. Bologna to ask for another garden.
Oh, did he
So,
quit?
I am using
I don't know.
an experienced ear
Okay.
on Martin.
Okay.
2 dice plus my persuasion.
Yep.
I like that roll. Got a 12.
Okay.
can I resist this or something?
No.
Oh,
You can determine if what Martin is telling is the truth.
And what is the falsehood?
And what is the falsehood? So, Martin knows where the gardener is.
I'll just file that in the back of my head somewhere for later. I don't, no need to call him out in public.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At that moment, Bostwick has made his rounds now. Victoria got cleaned up. Victoria, are you attending the party or are you going to lay low?
I'm trying to avoid it.
Okay.
I
You're
don't
going to
want
busy
to be
yourself
around
in the
them.
garage cleaning
Yes,
the car.
yes, I'm gonna clean the car. If there is
Because that
any
poor-
kind
that
of
poor
dent, I'm gonna try to get rid of it.
Uh-oh.
So-
Who would we lose? Okay, we need to move people around. Shanky.
Yep, I'll fix him real quick.
Okay.
I am
That's
the
easy.
cook now. Mwahaha.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. We just
Look at
flip.
that. Magic.
We just flip.
Easy.
Easy peasy. All right. So, Victoria, you are keeping yourself busy cleaning the car. You know, you changed. You're not wearing full uniform. You've got your jacket hung up on a peg there in the garage. You know, you've basically taken off the nice shirt and are wearing an undershirt because you wear basically like a men's undershirt under your shirt.
Sure. Yeah.
For this type of more dirty work. And you're taking care of cleaning the car. No problem. No problem. You know what? The rest of your day seems to go just fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, Bostwick, you've gotten cleaned up. You've done your rounds. Everything seems ready. The cook is actually going out just behind Lady Blackwood and little Matilda to the gazebo carrying this beautiful crystal bowl filled with cake.
What are Matilda's and Lady Blackwood's disposition look like?
Lady Blackwood looks terrified.
I will try and not run, of course, but position myself next to her and say, "Ma'am, it has been a trying day, I very much understand. But we have guests to keep appearances up for.
Of course.
Can you do that for me? And for Matilda?"
Of course, of course. And she takes a steadying breath, straightens her shoulders, raises her head up a bit, and walks like a lady.
I didn't need to roll any sort of direct, was it?
Not in her
Guided direct.
state. Not in her state. She is one step away from completely fucking cracking. She will take any fucking guidance a steadying voice will give her at this moment.
I will then say, "I am here for whatever you need. Let me know. I will not let anything else happen that is within my power."
Fire, Mr. Masterson.
It is done. Do I have discretion on how I handle it?
I don't care. I want him off these grounds today.
And I will look to see if she wants me to take care of that immediately.
Let's wait until after the party. Let's keep up
All right.
pretenses, yes?
I will then kind of keep an eye out for Mr. Masterson.
Okay. And so, the party goes off without a hitch. Matilda loves her gifts. She doesn't care that it is raining cats and dogs from the ground up. There is one very happy, very strange and precocious little 8-year-old. And the staff of Bedlam Hall have had one of the most trying days of their tenure in this mansion. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Bedlam Hall.
As Buck Masterson is fired, he's going to make sure he screams loud enough for everyone to hear, "Yo, Matilda's my fucking child."
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That was my plan. If I was going to get fired, I'm going to scream
You're not
out.
doing it in public. Bostwick knows better.
Yeah, see, Bostwick spoils my fun.
I would have created a physical altercation to stop you.
See, wish I had taken that skill.
If only there was someone else who knew about that particular bit of information.
Well, you knew about me and Lady Blackwell. You did not know that Matilda was
true.
mine. I had 2 secrets.
I will drive you off the premises immediately.
I don't want to be in the car with you driving from earlier.
No, no one knew.
I have a feeling that's a pattern with the way you were rolling tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
But then Matilda asked, what happened to Mr. Masterson? Oh, he went to the glue factory.
Yes.
He got a new job.
I didn't even have a chance to give her a gift. I had a gift for her, but I didn't get a chance. I didn't get her alone to sneak her a gift.
Can we share what our secrets are?
He went to go lay with Stuart.
I almost had the cat bring Stuart's hand to the party.
Oh, thank goodness.
I want to thank Vivian down there. She was perfectly fine with the various antics Buck was pulling. And thank you, because that was fun. I love that.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, seriously, to my players. This was my first time running it, y'all's first time playing it. There were loads of questions as we led up to playing this game. All of us were trying to figure out this system, but really, it was a ton of fun. A ton of fun. So far, everyone but Buck is still on staff.
Woohoo!
He was getting, look,
Session 2, baby.
here's Buck's
I'd have a
reasoning.
lot of,
She put
I'd
me
have
in
a
this,
lot of questions for the cook.
obviously, she put me in this outfit and then decided he's not manly enough anymore and broke it off with me. I'm fine with being fired.
The whole motivation for her breaking it off with you was that she was terrified that her husband killed his first wife and was going to kill her.
Yep.
Good. That's really good. Hey, Game Master, can we share what the secrets are of our players?
Absolutely. Go around the
I've
table.
shared mine.
Go ahead and share your secrets. So, Butler, what is your secret?
Yes, I used to do wet work for a gang that was on the run because a hit went wrong, and I was now target of a hit for said mishap.
Good. That's
Valet, what was your secret?
A similar one. I was part of a gang. My enforcer name was Marty Martillo, means Marty the Hammer.
Were you here
And I
after
used-
Bostwick?
Oh, what a twist!
good. That would be good.
Oh, that could be the twist.
Well, the
And-
rules do allow for you to make new secrets mid-game, so
Yeah.
you technically could have been
Because
here
we
to call
made a
Bostwick.
few new secrets
Oh,
during
right.
the game. We did.
Yes,
Yeah.
my grape stealing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
grape
that.
stealing. Yeah. I mean, everybody's
love it.
stealing food
Reading
from the kitchen.
Mrs. Blackwood's diary.
Yeah, reading your diary and figuring out stuff. Yeah.
Buck and Vivian
That-
setting up
that's-
a
that's-
thing.
Yeah, that's why my character wasn't that surprised to hide a body.
To hide a
It's like-
body. Yeah, he said he
Yeah,
whacked people and hid bodies before.
I didn't know you hit a body, but me personally, I was like, he's so calm about this. He has to have hidden bodies before.
I
I
mean,
just figured you hid Lord Blackwood's
I mean,
bodies
this-
before.
no, I mean the sacrifice thing and all of that.
That's
was
weird.
That really was weird.
Yeah.
Hiding bodies, actually. No.
All right. So the maid, what was your secret?
I had a boyfriend, and I killed him and buried him on the grounds. So
Nice.
That's good.
Nice. Buck's in
Just-
deep shit. Yeah.
Buck is next.
speaking of burying people on the ground,
Uh, two people are buried on this ground. Now we know.
Oh,
at least.
Cook, what was your secret?
well, my secret is that the butcher, my friend the butcher, is a serial killer, and I'm actually feeding everyone human remains.
I knew when the steak tartare
I-
come out,
I
that
think-
had to have been what it was.
Very yummy.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
Chauffeur,
Oh
what
boy,
was what
prions.
was your original secret beyond the grape stealing?
My secret, which may not be very surprising considering how I drove today, is that I'm only 15. I don't have my driver's license. I've lied about my ability to have a license and my age because I have a sick mother I'm trying to provide for.
It's just the dice
so
rolls
I don't
supported
know
the
how to
narrative.
drive. I'm not old enough to drive.
The dice rolls made it even more true. Oh my god.
Most certainly.
Yes.
Very in character. I mean, no, she probably like fudged the rolls because she probably got a 12. And then, like, 4.
Nah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. But yes, thank you all for joining us tonight. It was so much fun playing this game. Come join us on our Discord at McStabber Studios, McStabber's Lounge. The link is in chat right now. This is where we cast our streams in Discord. There is currently 2 open casting calls. One for Demon the Fallen, run by Shanky McStabber.
I will
And-
not run it in the maid's costume. No.
No.
Oh,
And the other
mean, if
is
you want.
Bro Hunters, run by Rev Ben Powers, currently casting. And I know that there are some more casting calls coming up very soon because I did the proofreading on them and they look good. And I said, okay, you're good to go. Let's give it a couple days to let people marinate on these and then post it up. So more are coming. Join us. If you want to check our back content, go check out our YouTube channels. This will be uploaded this week to YouTube on our One Shots playlist. We've got playlists for all our major streams that we are currently doing or have done in the past. We also have a YouTube channel for Haunted Chronicles, for Tamshu Run games, and the Ishvel YouTube for games run by Tiss. Check those out. Give them a subscribe for free over at YouTube. It doesn't cost a single thing to show some support there. So please go do that. Check out our friends. We have amazing friends that do TTRPG content posted in chat right now. Go give them some love from the McStabber Studios crew. We absolutely adore them. Also, merch. We have merch not for this one shot, although I will tell you, this has the potential to be a serial game. For real.
Sure.
Strong
I'm
potential.
down with
I
it.
will
Oh
love-
yeah.
Absolutely. This is so much fun.
There'll be another one of these.
And
coming up.
I actually haven't posted a casting call yet because there were 2 folks that applied for this game. This game only has playbooks for up to 6 players, and I had 8 people apply that would be amazing in this game. So I'm going to be running it again soon so that those 2 people can play. And I'm also going to offer anyone here that's still staff to play again.
It's
So-
still staff.
Poor Buck.
keyword.
Poor Buck will
Buck
be running
was too
tech.
much of an asshole.
I was
He
like-
got fired.
Poor Buck will be running tech for that stream that
Uh-huh.
we'll be playing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
In the maid outfit, I assume.
In the maid outfit. That's actually a
I
requirement.
even have
You've
a
gotta show
feather
those
duster
legs.
for him.
I mean,
Oh, perfect.
I'll wear the maid costume or outfit again only if I can show my legs in fishnets.
There you
Just saying.
go. There you go.
Deal.
All right. Definitely, if you love what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. If you really like what we're doing, give us a subscribe. You can do so for free for 1 channel per month if you have Amazon Prime. If you want to support our players, all bits and donations go to our players at our table. It does not go to Shanky or myself. We are the McStabbers. We don't take those. Our players get them. If you want to support Shanky and myself, go buy us a coffee. There's a link for that in chat. Mama could use a Starbucks, especially after running this game for this crew. I've got to work tomorrow, and I'm going to
Sorry,
be exhausted.
She needs an Irish coffee. She needs her Starbucks.
Absolutely.
She has seen her husband in a French maid's costume. She needs some alcohol.
What am I missing, Bill?
That's it, other than my part.
Okay, so first I'm going to go
Thoughts?
through schedule.
Mhm.
So coming up over the next week, give me just a minute. I apologize. I did not pull up my schedule.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so coming up over the next week, this Saturday we are not having any streams. Tiss is on break with London Esoteric Society, and we are going to be doing a non-streamed Discord community game on Zoom of Blood on the Clock Tower. It's on Saturday afternoon. It's potential to be 2 games run back to back, run by Shanky McStabber down here. It is a social deduction game, kind of like Ultimate Werewolf, but in this game, Blood on the Clock Tower, when you die, you get executed, you can still participate in the game. You don't have to sit back and watch everybody else play. So if you want to join that, join us on Discord. There is a room called Next Clock Tower Game. You put up a reaction to the post about you want to be in, and Shanky will give you the role to access to the super secret Blood on the Clock Tower room. On Sunday, the 27th at 5 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be having Windy City After Dark Stories of Windy City one shot. This is going to be a group of neonates, fuck-ups basically, in our Windy City Chronicle that are not direct coterie, not even really related to direct coterie, but they are part of the overall story of that city. And they have been sent to Cretius School for fuck up kindred. And they have one task to do before they can graduate. And it's going to
And-
tie to our story.
You'll see Tabarish Martin.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see Jonas. I don't care what you call it. You'll see Zeddy down there. They're both in it. And of course, my wife is in it, not as Jackie.
Nope, not as Jackie. I'll be someone completely different.
But we'll have the crazy June Ivanesh
Mm-hmm.
and Comic Book Joker as well.
Yep. And then on Monday, the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Tamshu with Tormented Souls, D&D Curse of Strahd, 5e at 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Tuesday, March 1st, we have Mage, Neon Squall, Season 3 of 1980s Mage, set in 1988, run by Ravnos Archon at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Zeddy's in that one, too. Zeddy just all over the place.
Well,
He
don't
got
worry.
the bug.
You can go see Boswick over in Curse of Strahd on Monday.
You sure can, because he's in
God,
that.
yeah.
Have y'all basically decided that you're just going to all just like run to your desks now?
No, they're just going to stay in the demi-plane of dead. They've decided it's a great vacation place. They're just going to chill. He's muted.
He's muted.
Really tells you.
I can't describe in more plain terms that my character is exhausted and I don't want to chase after a hag. I don't know how I can be more clear. I don't want to do this.
Look, we already
In
saw Dwarf
character,
get fingered.
out of character.
Oh.
Come on, House. We saw Dwarf get fingered. I mean, you might as well.
Oh my God.
And I'm Mama McStabber. I'm the nicest mean nurse you'll ever meet. Go get your damn shots. Get your COVID vaccine. Get your flu shot. Please go take care of yourself so everybody can stay healthy, please.
Yep.
Because people still getting COVID and flu and it's killing them. So please take care of yourselves. And now Bill can do his part.
And as we always do on these streams, at the end of every episode, at least the ones we run, everyone, mental health, it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on friends and family and loved ones and those around you, because sometimes all it takes is somebody to listen, to be that lifeline they need if they're on the edge of the cliff. And if you do suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, please reach out to those around you, reach out to friends, family, loved ones. Or if you don't feel you can do that and you can't afford professional help with this, because, well, America, welcome to our wonderful medical system. Right now in chat, there is a list of names and numbers that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they will talk to you, because everyone, mental health is health, and it's okay to not be okay. Please take it seriously. We want you to be around going forward. We want you to be around whether you watch the show or not. We still want you to be around. So please reach out and make sure that you're okay and everyone else is okay. And if you're not in America, because we do have some people that are non-US viewers, there's even a link in chat right now that you can go to, plug in your country of origin. You can find out the support lines there.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure that everybody gets taken care of what they need to.
Needing help is not a weakness.
That's right.
We are all human, and sometimes we need support to get through tough things.
Yep.
So.
Even good old Buck Masterson needed
Yep.
some help.
Yeah.
So,
So good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our first one-shot of Bedlam Hall, the tale of a dreadful birthday party.
good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.